EastEnders fans spot subtle change to Lauren Branning's name after wedding twist. EastEnders fans are known for their sharp eyes, and this week many of them spotted a tiny but significant detail that could have huge implications for one of Walford's most beloved characters. Following Lauren Branning's dramatic wedding to Peter Beale, Tuesday's the 30th of September, episode ended with a subtle change that left viewers buzzing. Lauren Branning is now officially listed in the credits as Lauren Beale. It might sound like a small adjustment, but for longtime viewers who have followed Lauren's journey since her troubled teenage years, the disappearance of the Branning surname from the end credits carried an emotional weight. For many, it was the final confirmation that the Branning-Beale union, one of EastEnders' most iconic, will they won't they, couples, is officially back on, at least for now. A wedding with a twist. The road to Lauren and Peter's marriage was far from smooth. The episode in question began with Lauren preparing to run from Walford once again, overwhelmed by her complicated history and uncertain future. But Peter, determined to make a grand gesture, secretly planned the wedding behind her back, setting up the Queen Vic as the venue. The Queen Vic has played host to countless iconic EastEnders weddings, and this one was no exception. In true Walford fashion, the big day was full of surprises, with Lauren initially resisting the idea of a sudden marriage. However, after a heartfelt conversation with Stacey Slater, who reminded her of the importance of love, family, and second chances, Lauren changed her mind and agreed to go through with it. As Jacqueline Joss's Lauren walked down the aisle in the heart of Albert Square, fans were treated to a nostalgic yet emotional moment that tied together years of history between the Beales and Brannings. The fact that the ceremony was staged in the Vic only amplified its significance, grounding it in EastEnders tradition. The return of Max Branning. But this being EastEnders, no big day ever goes without drama. Just as the newlyweds were celebrating, Lauren's father, Max Branning, made a shock return to Walford. His sudden reappearance stunned not only his daughter but also the audience, many of whom had been speculating about his possible comeback for months. Max, played by Jake Wood, has long been one of EastEnders' most complex and controversial characters. His return added yet another layer to the already emotional wedding episode. For Lauren, having her father there was bittersweet, given their turbulent relationship and his checkered past. Still, his presence at her wedding underscored the Branning family's ongoing importance in Walford's story. However, Max's re-emergence wasn't without scandal. As viewers quickly discovered, he has been secretly entangled with Zoe Slater, a revelation that left Stacey Slater reeling, given her own romantic history with Max. Fans react to Lauren's new name. While Max's return stole some of the spotlight, eagle-eyed fans were quick to notice the closing credits no longer listed Jacqueline Joss's character as Lauren Branning. Instead, for the first time, the credits read Lauren Beale. For some fans, the change was a touching nod to Lauren's new chapter with Peter. For others, it felt like a jarring loss of a familiar identity. One viewer took to X, formerly Twitter, writing, "It's actually scary not seeing Lauren Branning in the credits anymore. She's been a Branning for so long." Another fan chimed in, "I wish they'd gone with Branning Beale. It keeps both names and feels more authentic to her character." A third added, "Nah, I want them to stay married, but Branning Beale would have been better. It's got a nice ring to it." Some fans even argued that the double-barreled name better reflected Lauren and Peter's shared history as childhood sweethearts who have endured endless ups and downs over the years. "I actually want them together. But I don't like Lauren Beale. I'd much rather take Lauren Branning Beale, that's perfect. Sorry not sorry," one user wrote. Clearly, the debate over Lauren's new surname is more than just semantics for devoted viewers. It's about legacy, identity, and the way EastEnders characters carry their past into the future. The fallout. Stacey, Zoe, and Max. Of course, the drama didn't stop at the credits. In the very next episode, the fallout from Max's return began to unfold. Stacey was left heartbroken after discovering Max's entanglement with Zoe Slater. She caught the pair sharing a kiss, a betrayal that cut deep given her long and complicated romantic history with Max. Stacey's fury only grew when she learned that Max had been helping Zoe track down her son, reopening old wounds in the process. The confrontation between Zoe and Stacey quickly turned fiery, showcasing the long-standing tensions within the Slater family. Afterwards, Max attempted to smooth things over with Stacey, even going so far as to admit that he still harbored feelings for her. But Stacey, resolute and clear-headed, made it known that their relationship was firmly in the past. Her decision highlighted how much Stacey has grown since her younger, more reckless years. Though tempted by Max's words, she stood strong, refusing to let old patterns repeat themselves. What's next for Walford? The Branning-Beale wedding may have ended with smiles, but the ripples are far from over. Max's return sets up weeks of drama, with secrets, betrayals, and shifting loyalties bound to dominate Albert Square. And with rumors of 4 devastating exits looming, fans are bracing themselves for heartbreak. For Lauren and Peter, the question now is whether their union will survive the chaos around them. Can they truly leave behind the ghosts of the past, or will old habits resurface to test their commitment? And will Lauren's new identity as Lauren Beale stick, or will fan pressure and storyline twists see her reclaiming her Branning legacy? EastEnders has always thrived on the push and pull of family ties, and this storyline is no different. The blending of the Branning and Beale names symbolizes not just a marriage but a collision of 2 of Walford's most iconic families. A nostalgic yet uncertain future. For longtime fans, seeing Lauren and Peter finally make it official was a nostalgic payoff. These 2 characters, tied together since their teenage years, have been through countless trials, separations, and reconciliations. Their wedding, staged in such a symbolic location, felt like a culmination of years of storytelling. And yet, in true EastEnders style, the happy ending is anything but guaranteed. With Max stirring up trouble, Stacey caught in the crossfire, and Zoe Slater's involvement raising even more questions, Lauren and Peter's marriage may already be under strain. Still, for now, Lauren Beale, formerly Lauren Branning, stands as a symbol of love's persistence in Walford. Whether that name change will remain permanent or give way to a compromise like Branning-Beale remains to be seen. Final thoughts. What might have seemed like a small detail, the shift from Lauren Branning to Lauren Beale in the closing credits has resonated deeply with viewers. It's a reminder of how much EastEnders fans care about the characters, their histories, and the little details that reflect their journeys. As one fan summed it up perfectly online, the name change is more than just a name. It's a whole history, a legacy. But either way, I just hope Lauren and Peter finally get the happiness they deserve. With drama on every corner of Albert Square, that happiness is anything but guaranteed, but that's exactly what keeps fans tuning in night after night.